The internet is rife with suggestions and ideas on how to win a girl's heart. A number of people have put an emphasis on studying seduction skills, while others have said that having a powerful body is more important. To be sure, these traits aren't always present in the people who are able to create successful relationships and attract women. Attracting women is actually easier than you might imagine. Get back to the fundamentals of attraction and ignore the shallow advice. Regardless of the type of lady you're trying to attract, this manual will show you exactly what to do. Like most males, I had a hard time adjusting to college life. I did everything in my power to attract the attention of females and to leave a lasting impression on them. My efforts were all fruitless, I'm afraid. When a friend gave me a book, that's when things started to shift. Within a week after starting it, I had completely changed my perspective after reading it. It seemed as if some sort of haze had been cleared from my vision. At last it hit me. You don't need superhuman skills or charm to attract women. The only thing you need is to learn and use a basic formula. Having a positive mindset is more important than material possessions when it comes to attracting and retaining women. Your thinking has a significant impact on your behavior, which in turn determines the quality of your relationships. Most men make the fatal error of thinking they are unworthy of a beautiful woman's companionship. Because of this vicious loop of self-doubt, their anxieties and fears prevent them from achieving their goals. This is the most important thing to keep in mind. She understands how you feel. To a woman, a man's words, wealth, and physical attractiveness are not the only factors that matter. They are more receptive to the feelings you portray. She can tell when you're feeling strong, sure of yourself, and confident. On the other hand, she will also sense when you are overwhelmed with self-doubt or nervousness. Rejection is a common result of nervousness for this reason. A lady may find you unattractive if she thinks you lack confidence because she thinks you can't handle adversity. One must not be haughty or conceited in order to exude confidence, which is crucial. Being composed and confident in one's identity is key. A confident, laid-back guy makes a good impression on women. If you want to attract women, you need to exude confidence, which shows that you can manage your emotions and believe in your own attractiveness. Men often make the mistake of thinking women are superior to themselves. There will be no balance in the relationship if you treat a lady like a goddess or your future wife. Feeling inadequate and desperate are the messages it conveys. Because women aren't charmed by ostentatious attempts to win their love, this strategy usually backfires. Focus on being genuine and allowing your personality to radiate without attempting to impress her. The paradox of attraction states that one's attractiveness increases in proportion to their degree of self-acceptance. Men often strive to impress women, but it's nothing new. You become noticeable when you deviate from this typical routine. Instead of being overly complimentary, you may strike up a conversation or offer her your fresh point of view. Many guys have an innate need to be validated. The dread of being rejected and poor self-esteem are common causes of this. When males try to get women's approval all the time, they end up giving up control. They give up on being themselves because they're so intent on fitting in. Both their self-esteem and their attractiveness take a hit when they act in this way. A typical mental trip for a man seeking acceptance looks like this. He is too attached to what a beautiful woman thinks once he sees her. His thoughts could go something like this: I hope she likes me, she's so gorgeous. He tries too hard to win her over, driven by this mentality. Women can tell when males are desperate because it's so obvious. This conduct is unattractive to the woman. Why is he putting in so much effort, she may wonder. Is he ailing in some way? Women don't make the decision to be attractive, it's more of an emotional reaction. A man's need for acceptance might lead to an imbalance, which in turn can diminish attraction. A lot of guys also mess up when it comes to rejection. Those who are good with women know that rejection is an inevitable component of dating, yet the fear of it can paralyze them still. That is just a possible result. It does not indicate their value. Much of the strain can be lifted if you redirect your attention from worrying about being rejected to relishing the interaction. Suppose a woman is approached by two gentlemen. After being rejected, the first man feels sad and shows signs of visible nervousness. But the second man keeps his cool and gives a humorous response. "Oh, it appears like you're having a tough day," he would react. "I should not play Angry Birds," my mother said. Keeping things fun shows confidence and resiliency while also reducing tension. Another typical blunder is being overly aroused whenever a beautiful woman is in view. As a measure of superior worth, Physical attractiveness is something that many men put too much emphasis on. Keep in mind that attractiveness isn't a result of hard work, but rather a random product of heredity. You give a lady control over you when you react too strongly to her appearance. Take an interest in who she is as a person and treat her with respect instead. Take this hypothetical situation. A guy is having a conversation with a stunning woman when he casually mentions, "My buddy thinks it's hard to find smart women." She inquires, what gives him that impression? "I feel the same way," he says. Nowadays, attractiveness is a given, but brains are a rarity. This change in attitude changes the game. Instead of him meeting her standards, she starts to question whether she does. It is critical to have high expectations. If a man is worth his salt, he will pick and choose the woman he dates. To do this, you must be firm in your beliefs and know what qualities you seek in a life mate. Refrain from giving in if your ideals are being trampled upon in your relationship. A high-value man, for example, would reply calmly and confidently if his girlfriend threatened to leave during an argument. He may remark, "It appears we're not compatible," instead of apologizing because he's afraid. Maybe there's someone else who would make you happy. He clearly values himself and is unwilling to compromise his principles in order to maintain a relationship, as seen by his response. Men who know their value and refuse to lower their standards are highly regarded by women. She finds you more interesting and attractive when you act differently than other men. Take this example. Instead of just praising her appearance, playfully challenge her. Simply put, "I'm not sure we get along, even though you're attractive. To me, you come across as too mild-mannered." Curiosity is piqued, and you stand out with this strategy. Making adjustments based on what a lady wants is another typical error. A lot of guys change their actions to suit their expectations of what a lady wants. I do this out of concern that I won't live up to her standards, but it usually ends up hurting me instead. If you sacrifice who you are to make her happy, it's a sign that you value her more than yourself. Rather, center your efforts on being genuine. She isn't the one for you if she doesn't value your unique qualities. An admiral doesn't need other people to confirm his value. He is secure in his own identity and never compromises it. Attracting ladies is all about how you think, really. You may overcome your fear of rejection in relationships by shifting your mindset from one of scarcity to plenty. You have the wisdom to know that rejection does not define your value and that there are many more opportunities out there. You can now approach interactions with authenticity and self-assurance because to this transformation in viewpoint. Now that you're fully immersed in the event and allowing your personality to radiate, you're not concerned with receiving approval or making an impression. You will find that you attract more people and form stronger bonds with those you connect with when you live according to these ideas.